I didn't think it would ever happen, but I unlocked the most powerful unit in the game. Fucking zombie unit. In the game, here with us today, the best unit ever. I don't think you can actually play the game without actually having the zombie unit, and that's saying something. I basically win. I can just cut to the end. God, I keep getting attacked. You know, when I was playing it with Grim Tooth, I didn't get invaded once, and now it's every other time. I did an auto invade, and then they just fucking took my castle back, and I was like, okay, alright. I guess I'll do it myself this time. Yeah, these zombies have actually been a really big help, bringing up the back line and, you know, really working with me to, to get this done. And I appreciate them, man. Just like that, Mr. fucking Hairneck is gone.
Before we continue with today's scheduled event, I'd like to introduce our sponsor, Goblins. Are you tired of pesky enemies whittling down your castle? Are you frustrated with the lack of mana you have left? If so, for only $35.99, Goblins are the right pick for you. As you can see, these little fellas rip through anything they touch with ease, making even the toughest zombie look absolutely pathetic. Another great thing about Goblins is their innate ability... Disregard that. Another great thing about Goblins is their incredible health, and their ability to melt the enemy castle like butter. I mean, just look at that damage output, and nothing can stop them. Even this revenge wave is no match for the combined power... Fuck. You know, I don't know if Goblins are so cut out to be lawnmowers anymore. It's a tough economy, and there's a few things, just a few. Definitely not that. That's not a thing. But there are things that really hinder the value of the goblin. So I'm thinking that as of now, it's probably best if I put them on discount. Probably gonna lower the price to $34.99, and I would consider that a steal. Considering the amount of value, and my god, I can't even hear myself think. And considering the amount of value that you would be getting, I think it would be a great disappointment to not only you, but to your family, and to basically anyone you ever cared about if you didn't purchase at this amazing discount. Sir Baldy turned down the discount, and as you can see, he's literally about to lose his country. Like, he's about to lose everything. And if he had just bought the goblins for the discount, the generous offer I had brought to him, he'd still be alive. But as you can see, greed got the better of him. He has a small brain. I did unlock something. What did I unlock? Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Well, this is reminiscent of Epic War 1, isn't it? Arrow Storm rained from above. I'm just gonna upgrade it. Okay, that didn't cost as much as I thought it was going to cost. Power 999. What is the power of... Okay, it's more powerful than the Meteor, but it has a much longer cooldown, so I guess it would probably cover a much longer range. It's just judging by, like, the economics of it, you know? Yeah, Sir Longneck is taking over the world, and, anyone else who decides not to buy my extremely fairly priced goblins are subject to die. So let's hope that my marketing campaign pays off. And the alternative's not very good. Well, you heard the sound of the mic unmute in the original recording, but then it immediately muted itself again. Right before I jumped into this next game, I actually discovered I had this Meteor Shower spell, which does considerable damage, especially when compared to something like the Lightning Bolt, which only does 1350, and the Meteor, which only does 960. And this spell does 220 damage. Let's see what this thing can do in battle. Can we just talk about how this firestorm literally takes 27 years to load? Because I basically have all the troops already out, and this thing still hasn't loaded. But we're gonna test it out on this little army here. I normally use the regular fireball to get their attention, but why use the regular fireball when I can use about 100 of them? So let's see what the... Oh my goodness, it's a me.
On July 16th, 1945, the United States tested the first atomic bomb, called Trinity. Over the next 5 decades, the country tested more than 200 bombs in the atmosphere. The explosions, called shots, were recorded by dozens of high-speed cameras on film for analysis of the bomb's destructive power.
Oh shit! Dude, the screen shook. That was cool. I thought it was gonna be lit. Okay, the picture is misleading. Admittedly, the picture is misleading. Although, I will admit, I am not at all upset. And while we're here, why don't we demonstrate? Why don't we demonstrate the power of these arrows on my good friend? Oh, is it? Oh, it's the entire battlefield. It's just like the rain of arrows from Epic Wars 1 and 2? Did Epic War 2 also have the rain of arrows that was like this? I think so. It's been a while. It has actually been a really long time since I played Epic War 2. Jesus shit. Recharge is fast enough, so I just need to cast it and it'll fall everywhere. Yeah. That's pretty neat. Well, I guess that's the summary on these two spells. Definitely going to be looking into the fat fireball later on in the future. Alright, Sir Spiky Forehead, I'm gonna go ahead and do you a favor. Seeing as how you live in the middle of the ocean as indicated by this map, and I imagine drowning sucks, I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery before you inhale water. I think that's a pretty fair comeuppance, wouldn't you say? You know, this is the funniest looking water I've ever seen. You know, I'd even go as far as to say that it might be snow, and I may have been unjustified in the mercy killing of Sir Spiky Forehead, and although I may have committed homicide, I think I'm just gonna stick to the idea that I was saving him from a depressing and, you know, mournful drowning. Let's stick to that, yeah? Yeah. You're fucking kidding me. Guys, I just sat here and I did like a little 5-minute spew. 5-minute spew going over everything. Like literally, I was the best speech ever. I felt invested in my own words. That's how good it was. I was like, man, my commentary is so solid. And it's gonna sound so good with this awesome mic quality. And then I checked OBS after I finished, only to see that the damn mic had not been recording any audio the entire time. So here we are, and now I have to kind of patch together some impromptu commentary because I don't want to sit here for 5 minutes again, and I'm kind of annoyed right now. So basically, I reached level 30 on the other guy. I was boggled down by the homicide of Abe Mukanaga. And I decided that I would start the next campaign immediately, featuring him. So, the reason why, like I said, I was level 30, I had already locked everything, there really was no point in playing. Oh, but Shade, you ask with chattering teeth. Why didn't you keep playing for the gold? Because obviously these spells are hard to upgrade and they're expensive. I mean, fuck, this one costs 1.6 million. And I had 0, so yeah, where am I gonna get the gold? Well, I've determined through my own experiences that there is actually no way that I am going to be able to get all of the gold to upgrade that single spell just by playing through every castle normally, which means I'm gonna have to sit there on the last castle and just keep farming it over and over again until I have enough. Which is probably going to be something I have to do, although the only spells I'm planning on bringing that are actually going to be big ticket items are probably going to be Firestorm, Power Spell. I'm probably not going to bring Invincibility, believe it or not. I just don't really see much of like, I don't see why I can't just use other spells, like Heal Spell, for example. I don't see why Heal Spell's any different than this. Yeah, and Heal Spell has a much quicker charge time, so I don't see why I wouldn't use that instead. Definitely gonna use Asteroid. Not using Rain of Arrows. As much as I like the callback to the first game, I'm definitely not. Am I still recording audio? Okay, I've just got to make sure every 20 seconds now, in case it just decides to not do it for whatever reason. Definitely using the lightning, not because of its power, but because of the stun effect it has. It's going to be really useful in stunning boss mobs and stuff like that. So definitely a ticket must-have item. And I have 5 slots, so we're really going to have to see whenever we get there. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my units here. And so, the units that are really seeming like the ones I'm gonna be using are my magic cannon. I'm probably gonna use centaurs, unless if somehow I just manage to fill the billet with troops that aren't centaur. Black Knight's definitely making the cut. My cavalier, definitely making the cut. Definitely making the cut. You gotta recognize that I still have yet to unlock the succubus. Succubus is definitely gonna make the cut, which sort of leaves the potential for three possibilities. And I was contemplating, because I know that with Sir Spiky Forehead I'm probably gonna unlock the Frost Giant, which is a unit that's kind of specific to him, since he lives in the ocean, I mean the Icelands. And I was gonna see, because against it's not the best unit, but it's always going up against like a barrage of 35 goblins worth $34.99 that are basically like destroying it before it can even attack. So it's not the best. Am I still recording? Better still be fucking recording. It's not the best representation of that unit's skill, and I'm definitely gonna sit back and kind of play test it and see what it's like. Same with the mermaid, although I don't think the mermaid's as good as the succubus counterpart, although if I did want to make a build where I used witches, mermaids, and the succubus, which would be like ultimate scum supreme, I could go ahead and give it a shot. So there's 5 caves. There's 5 caves, as indicated by its status here. Challenges complete 0 out of 5. Obviously, the challenges refers to the cave of challenges, or the cave of trials. Let's see what else it would indicate to. There's 6 playable characters. Obviously, I'm going to be playing as one of them, which means I would have to face the other 5, which would make sense with the idea that there's 5 caves. Am I still recording audio? Sorry, just making fucking sure. And, yeah, I think that I'm only really going to show you the parts where I unlock new troops, and then show you the end whenever I get done with this one and I move on to the next one. I plan to do this one and the next one in the same episode. I just kind of want to finish all of the characters off. I think it's only 2 left. I think it's just you, and that's it. I'm fairly certain there's only 2 left. So yeah, I can do them both in this episode. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Did you guys see that? I have unlocked the Frost Giant level unit. I've been looking forward to getting this guy. I want to see what he does. Wait, what is this? I don't know what this is. I haven't seen this before. What? He's different. He's new. I don't remember unlocking you. I wanted to get to you though. Jesus, he's expensive. Okay. And you are also expensive. Okay, I'm starting to see a trend. You are blue. The color of your background is blue. And the troops that you have given me have primarily been blue. Healing crystal? Are you serious? They actually gave me something like that? Okay, I have frost giants now. Yay. A healing crystal. I think that's a lot better than the thunder crystal. I can imagine what this thing does. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how I can actually utilize this in my gameplay. So I'll come back to you once we utilize these tall goblins, tall white goblins. Is that racist? Am I allowed to say that? Probably not. In battle. See you in a bit. Alright, so in typical testing fashion, we're gonna send them ahead and we're gonna keep everyone else behind. And we're just gonna take a look at what these guys are really capable of doing on their own. I hate that people like to go out, but okay. So I have 4 of them currently. They are level 4, so I imagine I'm probably gonna get another one. Come the max upgrade. Why is this guy walking ahead for? Just back up. Okay, so let's see here. So they're kind of slow. They're slow, but like I expected, they can take a bit of damage. And they do area of effect damage, also very important to consider. They get knocked back usually, which is not a very pleasant thing for me to see here. I was hoping that they would be a unit that I could utilize as some kind of frontline tank, but if they get knocked back that easily, they're not going to be very well adapted for the front lines. Fireball's the best thing in the game, I don't care what anyone says. Also, this music is really loud in my ears. It's probably not so loud in yours, but in mine it is, so turn that down just a little bit. They are literally just walking, and they're not taking as much damage either. They're all still over half, so we're gonna see how they do against a decent quantity of units. I like the amount of knockback they can dish out. I think it's pretty solid. And overall, they've made it all the way across the map, just knocking everything out of their way. But we're gonna see what that sort of does against a more formidable army here, which, I mean, they're all gonna die, but not bad. Not bad at all. I will admit, I'm impressed. Overall, I think that there might actually be some potential for me to utilize them as some kind of frontline tank, if only they didn't get knocked back as much. That would literally make them perfect to me. Perfect in the tactical sense. Well, enough of that. I'll come back to you once I decide to utilize the healing crystal so we can get a good idea of what that thing is exactly capable of. Got me again, Mike. Good on you. You're doing good against me. So you can see I unlocked the freeze trap spell here, and I'm actually going to take this one into the next game, and I'm going to utilize it just to see how powerful it really is. Judging by the card, it looks interesting. What better way to test the absolute power of this ice shard crystal than to use it on these troops that are conveniently standing still for me? Die. Ooh, what the fuck? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, the little animations that the spells have are fucking cool. Like, no joke. Also, these guys are out here on their own, but that's okay. It did a lot more damage than I thought it was gonna do. It killed those, little ghost armor knight guys with the big swords. It killed them instantly. Yeah, definitely a spell to keep in mind. I might actually consider using it in the Cave of Trials. We shall see. Well, alright, so as in classic fashion, we're gonna go ahead and, oh my goodness! Did you see how much he just healed all my people? Oh, wow. What? I am very impressed. I wanted him to go out on his own, though, and fight, but it would appear that he really doesn't need to. All he has to do is just sit with my army in the back and just heal everyone up. Actually, I know what we can test. Let's see what the radius of his heal is. Okay, so he doesn't heal unless there's a damaged unit, which makes sense. He's also slow. So we're gonna go ahead and let him catch up. Could be a serious advantage keeping him around. Okay, let's see what that heal radius is. It's not that big. I sort of expected that. I kind of need to like take advantage of him and his advantage. He has a lot of disadvantages though, like his very slow sped. But I could definitely see some tactical uses being applicable for him. So yeah, I mean, he's like stupid slow, but just like the other crystal. But unlike the other crystal, I actually see genuine potential for this guy to actually be used in a real strategy. Definitely looking forward to seeing what he's going to be capable of in the Cave of Trials. Go ahead and utilize this now. And first revenge wave, electrocuted. Second revenge wave, frozen. Fireball. Heal spell. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to stop this revenge wave. As you can see, well, the ghost armors actually are staying alive pretty decently well this time. Probably because most of the bombers died before they got to my front lines. And at this point, it's just chaos. Like, this is like ridiculous chaos. My crystal is currently sitting back here, and he's just killing ranged units, and the ranged units are just going to continue to dish out damage. This castle is fighting back a lot. I don't have a whole lot left. But as you can see, it's so close to dying. Am I going to have to, like, recall all my troops here? Or, like, what? Because I don't get it. My hero also never dies because the crystal keeps him alive. Even if he's just getting juggled at this point. Damn it, the castle is so weak. Did this really fall apart? No, my hero. Oh. Well, I'll see him again in about 14 years. Jesus Christ. He takes so long to respawn. I still remember from like episode 2. I'm not really worried about dying because I have spells. As you can see, that little army there kind of disappeared, didn't it? Actually, it's still there. And it's actually my army that's dead. Very interesting. Imagine what the Cave of Trials is going to do to me. Although in the Cave of Trials I would have been more attentive and I probably would have backed all my troops out of there sooner. So, yeah, keeping that in mind. There was a point in time where I was very clearly not winning, but I was so close to winning that I kind of just wanted to hold out hope that maybe it would end up happening just by a miracle, and then ended up losing everything. So that should teach you a thing or two about risk management. You know, if I had goblins, it would have been a different story. I think that is the truth. The goblins would have definitely won that for me. Actually, that might be true because the goblins probably would have done more damage than the 12 armor, or ghost armors or whatever the hell they're called, that inadvertently did not do enough damage to destroy the castle, as witnessed. I'm gonna heal here. I'm gonna power, and I am waiting for my. Actually, I have my Ice Frost coming up off cooldown. I don't. Oh, that was really all it took. Jesus Christ, that was. That was really all it took, huh? And with that, that is the final boss. And I have won the battle. Select a new hero to gain new creatures to main menu. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right back into continue. And as you can see, I can play through these last 2 levels again. And I get to keep my gold. So I'm already halfway there to getting some of the bigger upgrades. So I'm just gonna play through that level a few times off camera, and then I'm gonna cut into the next hero, which is gonna be, well, I guess you can't really see him because he's dead, but I think he's Sir Baldy, Sir Peanut Brain, Sir Baldy. I'm pretty sure he's the last one.